Hello, my name is Wyant. I'm the president of ITS Partners, and we have been a Symantec/Altiris partner for 10 years. One of the things I want to talk to you about today is the excitement here of the new version of Symantec Endpoint Management, formerly known as Altiris 7.1, that's coming out in March of 2011. There's a lot of things to be excited, but first let me give you a little history about ITS. We became an Altiris partner in 2001, and we started working with Altiris because we found that it was the best product at the time for managing many desktops. So, for example, we were trying to help our customers manage 5,000, 10,000, even more than that desktops at one time, and there was just no product out there like Altiris. So we decided to adopt it and start working with it exclusively. Over the years, we've become a 100% Symantec partner, and that's all that we do. So we have a real vested interest in seeing 7.1 be released, and that it's of the performance and the features and everything is there. And from what we've seen in the beta and the testing that we've done and the work of some of the customers who are early adopters, we're excited because we think everything is there. So a little bit about some of the challenges in the past. The NS 6.0 version, where you're in 6.5 or 6.1 or 6.0 or whatever, it was a very rock solid product once it got past the initial release. I mean, for years we implemented that product. Even up until a couple 6 months ago, we were still implementing it in some customer sites and brand new installs because it just flat out worked. It did a great job of inventory collection, application management and delivery and things of that nature, and it worked well. But one of the issues we had was how far could it scale and what was the performance like. And also it wasn't as feature rich and as we'd like. The other important thing was that in order to do provisioning of desktops and to do what we refer to as imaging, we had to have two very separate architectures. The notification server architecture for doing all the policy-based management of inventory and software delivery, and then we had to have the deployment server infrastructure for doing our imaging. And that was a real challenge. One of the things that got us excited about 7.0 release and now 7.1 is that these two architectures are coming together to have one architecture, and this is going to be the overall endpoint management architecture. And what we're excited about is that not only are we able to combine these two architectures together so that we don't have to maintain all these dispersed deployment servers and customer sites that aren't connected in a very efficient way. We could connect them, but not very efficiently, but we can do it in a very efficient way with hierarchy and replication and the ability to really control those devices. But in addition to that, we have the performance that we never had before. In the NS 6.0 days, we had to rely on 32-bit Windows 2003 and below architecture. In the new 7.1 architecture that's going to be released in March, we can now go to Windows 2008 server, of course, 64-bit architecture. And with the new Intel platforms that are coming out and the updates that Microsoft's made to their server architecture in 2008 and 64-bit, we get a real performance increase over the 32-bit architectures that we never had before. This gets me excited because the scalability, the ability to work with more devices on a single server, and then in addition to that, not only the ability to scale, but the performance when using the console. In the past, we could scale, but there would always be some performance challenges around if we had too many nodes connected at one time. What was the experience for the technician, and then what was the experience for the end user who might be requesting stuff? And it wasn't as satisfactory as we'd like to see. In the new version, we believe, and from what we've seen in testing, there's going to be significant increase there. In addition to that, there's many more features. With the application library and application catalog, we have far more control over applications and how they get delivered, how we manage them, and how we control them going forward. And then what's even better is that it really enables asset management. In the past, asset management was a challenge because there was a lot of manual process that went into getting your assets, your software assets, configured correctly and managing them. Software catalog and the software library takes care of that. In addition to that, combining together the deployment server and having the task server gives the notification server, as we know in the past, now endpoint management, way more capabilities around granular task-based execution of software packages, patches, or whatever it be, so that now we can do a very succinct if then do this type of format where run this patch, then run this update, then update your antivirus, then deliver this piece of software, then make this registry change. And at any point, we have a logic tree of decisions that can be implemented. And then in addition to that, and what I'll wrap up with, is the workflow server finally coming into the notification server family and getting a much closer and tighter combination of the two, where we have built-in workflows, we have the integration, and we have them now both on 2008 64-bit architecture. Really lends to a much more robust architecture for managing your devices. So in wrapping up, and the challenge that I would give to all the people watching this video is that please look at the new Endpoint Management 7.1 release. Look at moving to this quickly. One of the things that I think a lot of people like to do is wait until a Service Pack 1 comes out. And I use the air quotes because I think that it really is corny that in today's world where we wait for these things when it doesn't always make sense. In version 7.1, we're going to have more end users, more customers moving to the new Altiris platform than ever before. And you're going to see many people adopting it within the first month or two. Unlike past versions that have been rolled out, this version, you're going to have people adopting it within a few months, as I said already. And what that's going to give to the overall community is a lot of great data. So there's not this need to wait 6 months and wait for a service pack to come out. Within the first month or two, there is going to be a very great wealth of knowledge that is developed, or not developed, but obtained by the end users who are migrating as soon as the solution comes out, that they can be used by other people who might wait a month or two. But this old school idea of waiting 6 months or until Service Pack 1 just won't be necessary. Plus, it's going to really put a lot of customers at a disadvantage who have older versions of the endpoint management solution and desperately could use the newer version. So again, thank you for your time. I'm Wade Wyant, President of ITS Partners, and we look forward to working with you in the future and potentially helping you with your 7.1 upgrade.